What's up, guys? Imran here from the Stuff They Should Have Taught Us podcast. And on this episode, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my three favorite apps for investing and how you can use them to get started in investing in 2019. So, before you do actually get started with investing, I always recommend that you have your emergency fund set up already. And if you need some guidance on that, you can go ahead and check out some of the earlier podcast episodes where I talk about that. But you always want to make sure that you are in a good place financially as far as having a decent amount of savings and that what you're earning is more than what you're spending every single month so that you do have some excess money to allocate to wealth creation in the form of investing. So, the first app that I always recommend for people who prefer to get a little more hands on with their stock picks is definitely going to be Robinhood. Robinhood is essentially an online stock brokerage. And if you don't know what a brokerage is, I'm going to cover that in a later episode. But it's an online stock brokerage that allows you to trade stocks free of fees, essentially. So, in a traditional stock brokerage, you need to pay a flat fee for every stock trade you make, but you don't have that fee when you're working with Robinhood. So, Robinhood gives you access to investing in stocks as well as options if you're someone who wants to learn about trading options and even cryptocurrencies depending on what state you're in. I know it's not available in all states, but if you are in a state that allows for it, you will even be able to invest in cryptocurrencies using Robinhood. It's a very clean app. It's very simple to use. All you have to do is download the app, connect your bank account, and then fund your Robinhood account. And you'll be able to purchase whatever stocks you'd like. Now, this is, like I said, for someone who wants to be very hands-on with their stock picks. Maybe you've read into a company and you decided you want to invest in them. You can use Robinhood to do that without any fees. So if you've been listening to the podcast for a little bit, you'll know that I always love tools that let you automate your processes, especially when it comes to managing money. It just makes things a lot easier for a lot of people. And for that, the second app that I always recommend is going to be an app for automated investing, which is Acorns. If you don't want to deal with manually picking what stocks or what index funds you want to invest in, you can use an app like Acorns. And Acorns, you can link it with your bank account or your credit cards, and it'll automatically round up your purchases and invest the difference. So essentially, if you swipe your debit card for $1.94, that extra 6 cents that it would take to round it up to $2 would be invested in your Acorns account. It doesn't sound like a lot, but once you have it linked to a card that you use a lot, you'll start to see that your Acorns account will just get huge out of nowhere. And it's a very good way for you to get started investing without having to think about it too much. You can also set it up to auto deposit from your bank account every month. So if you want to set aside a certain amount of your paycheck every month to go to be invested in Acorns, you can use that app to do it. So the last app I usually recommend is for people who want to get started in investing and are pretty much absolute beginners. Maybe you don't have too much money to play around with. Maybe you want to learn about your companies first. And the app that I recommend for you guys is called Stockpile. So Stockpile is pretty cool. They have lessons for you that demystify investing and dividends and ETFs and all kinds of stuff that I will cover in other episodes. But maybe you want to go through the lessons in the Stockpile app. Another cool feature of Stockpile is that they actually let you invest in fractional shares of companies. So with many of these big companies trading with stock prices of upwards of $1,000 or even $2,000, it can sometimes be a little tough for people with a smaller budget to get in. With an app like Stockpile, you'll be able to buy $50 or $100 portions of the bigger shares of these companies. So maybe you want to get 1/2 of a Tesla stock, you'll be able to do that. It also helps you diversify your investments when you even have a low budget. So it's really good for beginners, and I always recommend this app for them. Anyway, guys, I hope this was helpful to get you guys started in investing. As always, I'll have the link in the description to all of the apps I discussed. Specifically, if you click my Robinhood link, you'll be qualified to get a free stock once you sign up, and those are valued anywhere from $2.50 to as high as $200. So that's something kind of cool. If you enjoy this podcast, be sure to share it with your friends. And we do have a merch store. The link for that is also going to be in the description. Anyway, thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.